Hello everybody and welcome to another episode of our FM19 Journeyman, where we are kicking off our new season in the MLS. And normally I'd split this into two videos and do sort of the preseason in one and then the first two games in another, but honestly not that much has gone on, so I'm just going to do it all in one. So, we have made a few signings, a few players have came in, a few players have gone out, but not too many all in all. The outgoings, Felipe Mora is a pretty notable one. He was sort of our backup striker. He's gone to Medellin for £4.5 million, which we can't really use any of. Kevin Sullivan and Ross Montoya both got waived or went in the draft too, so we didn't even get anything for them, but they are gone. That is obviously, Sullivan was playing right back for his last season, but he was a right midfielder, and Ross Montoya was our goalkeeper, and both of those have moved on. Now, on the ins, ignore Lucas Romero. He's not even here, because he immediately got drafted out. I don't really understand why that happened, but it did. Just ignore it. But we drafted a couple of players, Matt Morgan and Naveed Moradi. They're both kind of poor because we didn't have very good draft picks. We got kind of low down, so yeah, they're not great. But they may come in handy at some point, I'm really not sure. We picked up Robson on a free transfer. He's a right back. He's going to be, I'm not really sure whether he's going to be starting or our second choice quite yet, but he looks pretty decent. He doesn't look too terrible, so I'm sure he'll come in handy. Ryan Clark, we signed from our youth academy. He's a centre-half, just there to be a backup. We do have two centre-halves, but one of them is definitely leaving us midway through the season. They've agreed to transfer, but I believe it's to a European team, so they're not in a transfer window at the minute. So, yeah, he's not leaving until the summer, but that's midway through our season, which is a bit annoying. But, well, we've got another player here to back him up, and that's Jonathan Acosta, who, again, looks pretty decent for the level, really. You can't say too much about them. They're obviously not great, but they're passable. They'll do a job. They're not terrible. So, yeah, this guy valued at 7k. I'm not quite sure that's accurate. He certainly looks better than that. But, well, that's it for the transfers, really. Now, I spent the majority of this window trying to wrap my head around how things worked, and to be honest, didn't do the best job of it, because you can only sign players from what's called your general allocation budget, and you get £4.5 million of that. But that's also used to buy down your players' contracts so that you can use sort of more than the allocated budget. And it's all a big mess. It's all just very confusing. And, well, yeah, it didn't make things easy. We've basically got the same team as last time, but with a couple of extra players. Just a little bit of reinforcements, mainly at right back and central of defence. So our new goalkeeper is Kroenke. Now, he was at our second team last time out, last season, and, well, he's playing for the first team this time. He did a pretty decent job last season, so yeah, I thought we'd give him the bump up. He only conceded 6 goals in 16 games. That's not bad at all, really, so thought it was worth giving him the opportunity. So, that is about it. Let's get into these games. So before we get into the first two matches, we'll briefly touch on pre-season, where we won all 3 games. We beat Vancouver 4-1, we beat LA Galaxy 2-5-3, and we beat Colorado Springs 4-2. Some very convincing wins. We scored a lot of goals, but, well, couldn't keep any clean sheets, which is a bit disappointing. But yeah, we had some very good goal tallies out there. You'll see that Steve McDonald scored 4 in total. Juan Harvey scored 6. So we did play these friendlies as well. I played them myself. I just couldn't be bothered to dedicate it to my assistant manager. So, yeah, did it myself. But, well, we're starting today in the North American Champions League against Atlas. Now, Atlas, not the most reputable team ever. They're sort of in a similar standing to us, but what they did do is win the competition the last time out. They won last year's iteration of it, so yeah, they sort of did an alright job, really. So we're going to have to do well to beat them, and it's really not an easy way to enter the competition. They also came runners-up in the Mexican First Division. I believe they won the Mexican Champions Trophy as well. Oh, no, they didn't, actually. That was a different year. But yeah, they had a good season in general, so, well, let's see if we can beat them today. Now, as I said, a similar side to last season, a lot of familiar faces in there. The only 3 that I think, or 4, sorry, that are really new. So we've got Luis Felipe, who was injured at centre-half last time. He was our second centre-half, but we could never play him. He was injured the entire time, so he will be featuring today, and he looks like a pretty decent player all around, to be honest. Then we've got Robson, our new signing at right back. And then Kroenke in goal, who's obviously the keeper I just mentioned, who was at Atlanta 2. 6 goals conceded in 16 games. He's getting that bump up this season. Hopefully he can impress. And then we also have Lloyd Connor on the bench, who is the right back who we were meant to have last season, but who was out injured the entire time once again, which is why we had players like Sullivan playing there. So, well, some new faces, but some of them aren't that new. They've been here a while. We just haven't seen them yet. So, let's submit the team, and hopefully we can have a good performance. And, well, I'd like to try and progress in the North American Champions League. It's not actually as reputable as the MLS. It's only a 2.5-star competition, but I still think it'd be be good to do well in it. You know, you'd obviously be competing against some decent teams like Atlas, who are on a similar standing to us. So, yeah, it would be nice. That's certainly got to be said. So, aggressively, a first leg win will do us the world of good. A couple of players liked it, but not too many. Let's just kick off and hope that we can have a good performance. We've got a throw-in deep in their half. Knight tries to find Sarrafiore, but they do look to get clear. But Tuto reclaims the ball, knocks across to Knight. Will we now be able to find an attack as Tuto, once again on the ball, finds Robson at the right-hand side. He flicks an across, but it's cleared. We are back on the ball, though. Plume heading down to Tuto. And, well, we're trying to create another chance here. The first one wasn't great, but we're trying once again. Petrelli's on it to Tuto. Tuto, again, running the show here. But, well, just as I say it, he gives away the ball with a poor pass. But Harvey wins it back, gives it forward to Sarrafiore, who strikes from outside the box. And, well, 4 minutes into the first game of the season, Martin Sarrafiore puts us 1-0 up. Assisted by Juan Harvey. What a way to start the season. An early goal against a good side in the North American Champions League. And it's pretty good all around. You really can't complain. Sarrafiore, wonderful strike from outside the box. Their keeper tries to get there, but never a chance of it. Excellent. Great stuff. Let's keep this up, and hopefully we can score a couple more. I'd like quite a dominant win, as we do have another highlight. Luis Felipe to Trent Smith out on the left-hand side. We're trying to find another goal, but Harvey gives away the ball. And now it could be them who's coming forward. Never mind. Felipe coming into the side and doing some wonderful stuff. Shows why he's being poached, to be honest. But, well, Tuto knocks across to Harvey. Edge of the area, but strikes just over the bar. But, yeah, that defensive work there shows why other clubs are in for Felipe, as they strike from a free kick outside the area. But it just goes flying wide. Obviously, the free kick was outside the area. You can't have a free kick in the box. That's a penalty. Well, we do have another free kick. McDonald plays forward. Petrelli goes for it with his head, but heads just wide, and that was right on the edge of half-time. So, well, it's looking like we're going into half-time 1-0 up, and we're looking like we're in a good position here. So let's passionately say, I'm pleased how things are going. Now, you've got to remember, these are a very good side. So, I mean, they've won the competition the last time out, and we've drew them in the first round. It's never an easy tie, but I think we're doing ourselves quite proud, to be honest. Well, there is another highlight here. Latif is on the ball, and Robson's gone straight through the back of him. And that is going to be his second yellow card. It's going to be him sent off. And now we are going to need to make a change. So I think I'm just going to take off Sarrafiore, the man who scored our goal. Bring on Lloyd Connor, who is on the bench. And hopefully this doesn't have too big of an impact. Now, the fact that we do have that second right back now, obviously very beneficial. This time last season, that would have been a disaster, but now it's not terrible. They've got a free kick, edge of the box. Latif strikes. Unfortunately, that goes wide. It's still only 1-0, and we're late into the game. I really don't want to throw this away, as there is another highlight. Plume goes back to Kroenke. And, well, we're trying to keep the ball here, but Petrelli can't win it. But he does snatch it back from their defender. Plays across. Can't find Harvey with it, though. They win the header, and we sort of wasted that there. I think we could have just held on to it, if anything. But, well, now they're on the ball, and we've forced them all the way back, but they are able to play up. Can we win this ball? It looks like we will. Knight gets it, but they slide it out from under him. Our keeper's rooted to the spot. He doesn't come out to claim it. Fortunately, though, he does make the save. I think Kroenke could have got there then, but, well, he didn't, to be honest. He just didn't come for it. And, well, despite there being a highlight here, I do want to make a change because Juan Harvey is absolutely dead on his feet. So I'm going to bring on Manco for him. Weird seeing Manco playing in his actual position this season. But, yeah, I'll bring him on as a supporting winger. Not as a centre-half for once, but, well, this highlight is still going on. Garcia across to Avila, and they've got a lot of space here. Obviously, they are a man up. Reynoso's on the ball. Knocks across to Carrillo. Plies forward to Lozano. And they level out at 1-1, and obviously that is an away goal for them, which could matter if we don't have a good performance in the second leg. And it's a shame to throw away that lead, to be honest. But, well, we went down to 10 men, and we've got a slight knock to one of our better players too, which hasn't made it any easier. And it's just a bit of a mess all around, to be honest. It's just led to us conceding a silly goal when we really didn't need to. I am going to proceed with tactical changes. I'm going to bring on Manco, but, Well, there's 5 minutes left to play, and it looks like it's just going to stay level at 1-1 from what we're seeing so far. It's just, well, hold on, they've got a corner. Latif's going to put in, but Luis Felipe heading clear. Here we go. Can we counter? Manco on the ball. McDonald's through. Can we manage to play it forward? I think he was offside. He just ran so far forward, not even paying attention to the defence, and now they're on the ball. Carrillo forward, but Felipe, great challenge. Can we go again here? Tuto sprinting forward with it. McDonald's through on the left, but the pass is poor. It hits the defender, and they just get the ball back. They've gone all the way back to their keeper, but it doesn't really matter because they've got the ball. Well, maybe not. Petrelli plays forward once again to Tuto. Takes on his man. Here we go. Slides across. Manco strikes, but it rattles off the bar. I thought Manco was going to get a goal. He was going to put all that defensive work he did last season and be like, look, you should have just been playing me on the wing. But no, it wasn't to be, unfortunately. It's a shame, but, well, we're going to pick up a 1-1 draw, which, considering we've had 10 men for most of this leg, or not for most of it, but for a good chunk of it, isn't too terrible, I guess. But to have the lead and throw it away and then have a late chance like that, it's a little bit of a shame, really. Just going to say unlucky, boys. No, they didn't like that at all. Yeah, it's a bit of a shame, to be honest. But let's move towards this second leg, and hopefully we can just take the tie there. We can just get an away goal or two and just wrap this up. So here we are for the second leg of our game versus Atlas. And well, it's currently 1-1, but we are down on away goals. Now we're going in with the same lineup, aside from Lloyd Connor is playing right back to replace the suspended Robson. Other than that, everything is exactly the same. Harvey's recovered from his knock. He's able to play today. So yeah, we're going into it with the same side, and I'm hoping that we can just have a bit better of an attacking performance, maybe score a couple more goals, and I think we should be all good. So they come out with a 4-4-2. Let's just get stuck straight in aggressively. I'm expecting you to win. No reactions again. It's really not ideal. I'm struggling to get them to react to our pre-match team talks, and well, it's just, I don't know. I don't think it's given us the best chance in matches, but we're not doing too bad overall, so hopefully it doesn't play too big of a part. Well, we've got a throw-in in their half, but they head out. We do manage to get the ball back, and Tuto slides forward to Petrelli. He finds Connor on the right-hand side. He flicks it across. We can't get on the end of it, but Smith on the edge of the box is going to flick across, but they head clear. Plume on it now. Can we find another chance here as Tuto's on it? Back to Plume. We're working it well. We just need to find another chance here as Harvey's on it. Edge of the area. It falls to Petrelli after a deflection, but their keeper just manages to save it, pushes it wide. And, well, we do get a corner. McDonald's going to flick this one in, but we can't get on the end of it. Tuto's running for the loose ball. He does keep it in, flicks it into the box, but they do manage to get clear. A good early opportunity, but we couldn't capitalise. And, well, we're still trailing on the away goals. We've got a free kick, edge of the box. Harvey flicks in, but it just goes over. No real danger from that one, to be honest. It's like he tried to put a ball into the box, but it just wasn't really close. They've got a free kick on the edge of our area. Avia's going to flick in. They go close with Mara, but Kroenke manages to get the save. Is this going to continue, or will it end? Well, Felipe, Kroenke, we nearly gave it away there, and well, the kick up the pitch was not very good at all. Lozano across to Lopez. We're struggling here big time, and well, they've got the ball. Lozano strikes. Fortunately, hits the wrong side of the post and deflects out. We got away with that big time. That roll out to Luis Felipe there was dreadful, to be honest, as there is another highlight. McDonald's on it. Passes across to Harvey. On the edge of the area, he strikes. It hits the keeper. It hits the post, but does not hit the back of the net. Cannot cross the line. We're close, but not quite there as Avia strikes, hits the bar. And they score and go 2-1 up. And they have the away goal advantage. Now, obviously, if we score to level it out, they won't have the away goal advantage because we'll have scored one. But that's really not ideal. It hit the bar and we just couldn't get onto the second ball fast enough, and just flies past our keeper. Not great, to be honest. So we trail at half-time, 2-1 overall, and we need one goal, and we're straight back into this. So let's get aggressive. So I expect to see a much better showing. A lot of them looked fired up. One player there looking stressed, Luis Felipe, I believe that is. But hopefully that doesn't pay an impact, and we can just go out there and just grab a single goal to pull us back into this game. Well, they've got a throw-in, and they knock it down to their player. It's deep in their half, but, well, we need the ball back to be able to capitalise, and so far they're working it well. We're not really pressing too hard, especially considering we are on that gegenpress system, but we're just giving them space, really. We're just giving them time and space, and they are through here. They've got a man in the box. They're going to flick it in. We just get the first ball out, but they've still got it. They strike. It goes just wide. We are going to get a goal kick from that. And, well, it looks like we're going to see it, actually. We knock it out tonight. Can we maybe create a chance here and find that all-important goal to keep us in the competition? And, well, Sarrafiore, forward to Tuto, knocks back to Plume. We just need that one chance. We tried to play over, but we can't get on the end of it. We've just given the ball away completely for free there. The ball over the top, just not far enough. It just fell straight to their defender as Lozano strikes. It has been disallowed. Okay, the ball deflected off of our defender and fell straight to them, but it was disallowed for offside. Fortunately there, but... well, we still need a goal. They've got a throw-in in our half, and, well, once again, we find us needing to win the ball back, as they've got it in our half still. We need this ball. We need it now, as they've got it in our area. They're just running up to our keeper and just slide it past him. That's ridiculous. We cannot be giving away goals like that, and we now need 2 goals to be able to continue in the North American Champions League, and this is... well, frankly, ridiculous. He literally just walks up to our net. I mean, I don't know what that is there from Connor, but it's not really pressure, is it? And then he just slides it past our keeper, who didn't come out, didn't cover the man, and, well, it was poor, to be honest. 75 minutes in, I'm bringing on Barilaro from McDonald, who's having an absolutely appalling game. I'm just hoping that this can find us that goal that we need. Well, 2 goals that we need now. Well, we are into added time, and it doesn't look like we're even going to find a single goal in this game as Harvey flicks forward a free kick, but you've got to imagine this is just going to see the game out, and we're going to pick up a 2-0 away defeat, which is going to, well, it's going to see us lose. It's going to see us pick up a 3-1 defeat overall and crash out of the North American Champions League to last year's champions in the first round, and that's disappointing, to be honest. It's not a good way to start the season. It seems like continental competitions and me just don't mix, because, well, the similar thing happened in the Europa League, but at least, I don't know, maybe it just means we're in less competitions, we can perform better in Europe, or in the domestic competition, but it's still not ideal, is it? So, well, we're going to have to look at things and see if anything needs to change in our game against Seattle, which is literally in 2 days' time. So close. And we'll be back with that tomorrow, along with the game against Portland a few days after that. And, well, hopefully we can turn this around and have some good performances in the league to make up for that poor performance in the North American Champions League. But, well, we'll have to wait and see how we do. Obviously, Atlas are a good side, so it's not the end of the world. But we do need to turn this around. So, thank you all very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video. And yeah, we'll be back tomorrow with the start of the domestic competition of the MLS. So, I'll catch you all tomorrow for that. The video will be up at 5:30, or you can subscribe to get that into your feed, whichever you prefer. And yeah, have a wonderful night. Follow the Twitter, join the Discord, and I'll catch you all tomorrow. Goodbye.